Hey everybody, it's Rachel with Rachel Q Stitches and welcome to my channel. Today is Tuesday, June 21st, 2022, and this is FlossTube number 66. If this is your first time watching, thank you so much for stopping by. This is a channel mostly about cross stitch. Every now and then I might talk about quilting or other stitchy goodness, but today it is all cross stitch. If you are a returner, thank you so much for coming by and choosing to spend a few minutes with me. I really appreciate it. And if you're subscribed, thank you for subscribing. And if you're not, what's stopping you? So today I am going to talk mostly about cross stitch, all about cross stitch actually. I was out last week. Thank you so much for everybody who has reached out to see how I was doing. We are fine. We are a household of 4 people. My other kids live out of the house, so there's just 4 of us here, and we all caught COVID. Anyway, I am still a little froggy, but not as bad as I was last Tuesday, so that is why I didn't film, because I just sounded horrid. But we're fine. We're all doing good. Of course, the 2 men who had it worse than the 2 women who had it. But all is good. We're all fine. Life is back to normal pretty much, so I'm back to making my floss tube. I didn't get much stitching done because I was sick. It wasn't bad. It was about like I had it the first. This is my second round with it, and so it wasn't as bad as, you know, like the first round. The first round wasn't bad at all. So anyway, that's what happened. That's why I wasn't here last week, but I was able to finish a project. So I do have a almost FFO'd project to show you guys. I do have, I did work on my whip go pieces, so that is something else you're gonna see. I do have a another finish, but it's a small finish of a big project. So let's get to what I was stitching. So first thing I'm going to show you is my finish. Now I have it propped up in a frame because this is the frame that I want to use for it. I just need my husband to find the glass. The glass is stored at the top of our garage, so he needs to get that for me. And then I'm gonna go ahead and finish it in here. And this is what I finished. I finished Narnia. I had a goal to sit down and finish it, and as I was stitching it, I found this frame in my stash of frames, and I knew it's what I wanted to use, and it just so happened to be the right size, and so I pulled it down off the wall. I store my empty frames on a wall in our half bath, and so I pulled it down off the wall, and I laid it in there and saw that it fit. I used 2 pieces of comic book board that I glued together, and I did my first lacing. So there it is. Ugly as all get out, but it's held in there. I used Olivia with Pumpkin Hollow Quilts. She said she uses crochet cotton, and my local creative reuse store has a huge box of partial rolls of crochet cotton. So I just grabbed the one that had the most, paid my 50 cents, and I laced it. So here it is. For those of you that don't know, this is a piece by the Stitching Book Club, Sapphire Mountain Handicrafts. It was a limited edition release because the C.S. Lewis Foundation only gave her a certain amount of, allowed her to make a certain amount of copies. And so that's what this is. It is on 14 count white Aida opalescent, and it's using all the called for DMCs. There are some small little errors, but it is finished and I am thrilled. I finally got it done. I didn't finish it. You know, there's a set amount of time. And the last Stitching Book Club, I finished it in the allotted time. It's not like I would have blown up if I didn't do it on time. But anyway, I'm still here. So this is it. I love the frame. It reminds me of a wardrobe color that in the movies. And so there it is. Yay. So Narnia is finished. Like I said, I just need to get a piece of glass and get it hung up on the wall. I am going to say I did use the comic book boards because JBW, Judy Whitman, said that that's what she uses for her ornaments. And they are so easy to cut. I can use my guillotine cutter and I can cut each sheet individually the size it needs to be. And then I just use some scrapbook adhesive from back in my scrapbook days, and I glued them, stuck them together, taped them together. And it's not overly thick. And like I said, I can use my guillotine to cut each piece individually. So that's an option if you are looking for a way to frame your pieces and you don't want to buy mat board or foam core. I do have to say that I have tried using the acid-free tape, and I have tried pins, and so far lacing has been my favorite, my preferred method. It was so much easier to adjust everything that I really like it. I like the way it's easy for me to, move the piece around and adjust any kind of crookedness or whatever that may happen. So there it is. There's Narnia. I am thrilled. So that was my finish. I actually got something finished while I was sick, which I'm kind of, like I said, there was not much stitching that got done because, you sleep, essentially. I slept the whole time. So anyway, so that's what I finished. So we're going to move on to my Whip Go. The Whip Go numbers that were called were for Blue Moon Angel. And hold on one second. I'm gonna reach up and grab something. Okay, so Blue Moon Angel is by Lavender and Lace. It is a pattern that I picked up at a thrift store, the same creative reuse store that I got my crochet cotton at. And it was a piece that had already been started right here. Actually, it goes like this. I tried to do it on this piece. That was my goal originally, but it is on 36 count linen. And if you've been here any length of time, you know that linen and I don't really get along. I'm okay with 36 count linen for small pieces. I'm okay with 36 count linen if it's a light color, but this dark color just, So I dyed some Aida, and I did show y'all this the last video, and I stitched it. And so I got some stitching done. And I do keep my pin in it because it tells me where the top is. So here, this is what I got done. And so I'm working on her dress up until right here. And that's what I'm doing. So I will pick it up again this week, and I'll finish this little area and hopefully start on her wings. And there it is. Like I said, this was a full kit that I bought, and the fabric was in there, and it came with 32 count, but she used it 36 count. And so the call for fabric in the kit was there. All the floss, all the the charm and the beads are in there. So that's kind of nice that I have everything, because from what I understand, that moon is hard to find. I do make a working copy. So, and she had made working copies. So that, anyway, but the floss is DMC. So if I do run out, I'll be able to easily replace it. Okay. Whew. Hold on, y'all. Like I said, still have a sore throat. Okay. The next thing I worked on was City of Romance. And y'all know I love this piece. This is by Stitchrovia. I got this out of a cross-stitch magazine on Readly, and I do have a link for Readly down below. If you click on my link, you will get a free month, and so will I. So that's, bonus for both of us. I love Readly. I love cross-stitch magazines, but this allows me to buy cross-stitch magazines, not only that's available in the US, but I do have a couple that I follow that are not available in the US. And same with quilt magazines. I look through those. So it's $10 a month, y'all. And so, I mean, you can't even buy a magazine for $10 anymore. So I love Readly. Anyway, this is also available on her Etsy page called City of Love. And this is it. So I've almost made it to the tip top. That was my goal, was to finish up here, this blue building. So last time I worked on it, I had done this white building. Well, let me show you the whole thing first. So it's almost to the tip top. So I'm excited, and then I can start working across. So last time you saw it, I had worked on this whole building except for the windows and some of the odd pieces. So basically that's what I did. I finished this building, I did the roof line, and then I worked up the sides, the back right there. So like I said, the width is done, and now I can just almost get the height done, and then I'll be able to work across. And that's what I did when I did the bottom. I just got up to a certain level, and then I just worked all the way across. And I've just been building my town on that. So this is it. This is what I've worked on. This is using a 14 count Aida that I dyed with myself using Dynaflow paints, fabric paints. I am using Anchor Floss, the kind you buy at Joann's. I bought it as an experiment to see how I liked it, and the pattern also did call for Anchor Flosses. So I went ahead and just used those that they called for. Some of the colors are different. They don't really like here. I mean, you can kind of tell a difference, but with the DMC, it's a much more dramatic. So I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. I'm not too thrilled with the way that looks, but anyway, so this is what I got done on City of Romance. And there she is in her full glory. Hold on, I'm getting a spam call. Okay, sorry about the big finger there. And that's it right there. So I'm excited that I was able to work on it. I haven't worked on it in a while, and I just love working on it. The colors are just, I love it. I love it. It's so bright and wonderful, and it's almost full coverage-esque, but not quite. And so, you know, I like it because there's not a whole lot of, you know, there's blocks of colors, and so it's fun to work on. Anyway, and my other finish is the second to last block of my Erica Michaels ABC stitch along that I am doing. Shelley at Proverbs 31:22 is joining me, and we have one block left after this one, and so I am excited and thrilled. And I actually have it set aside with the colors I think I'm going to use. I need to go through it again because it is the one that I finished, it was W. I'm going to show you all in a bit. But the next one is X, Y, and Z. And so it has 3 different elements to it that I need to try to figure out how I'm going to do it. The last 2 blocks, I've used pretty much one variegated. This one I did 2 different variegateds. 3 if you count the whale. And here it is. This one, I did not count right for the bottom, so it's a little squishy. But what I plan on doing with it, I still have enough room. So this is W. I did leave a W out right here because I was tired of making W's, and it just looked too crowded, you know, with his little water and everything. I just wanted to leave him alone. So this is what I did. Like I said, this is a 28 count even weave that I dyed myself, and I'm using thrift store floss. Most of it is some older J&P coats for this one. So I used a variegated for this, which you can hardly tell because it was mostly a dark blue. You can kind of tell little bit pieces. And this was a newer variegated and had more white, so it came out white. And then this one right here, for the whale, I used a variegated, it was white, gray, and black. And I was able to pull the floss out so that the whale is mostly the white and the gray. And then I used the black for his little mouth. Kind of Moby Dickish looking, the great white whale. And so there it is. So we have one more left, and then I'm done. And I do have a project that I'm going to take. We started this in July last year, and so I'm going to take July and hopefully get my blocks finished up and sewn together like I want into one piece, so I don't lose any. Because today I was like, oh my goodness, I'm missing a block. I found it, but it wasn't put where it was supposed to when I finished with it. So I'm hoping to get those done in July, and then I do have a plan for August that I'm going to share with y'all in a little bit. So anyhow, all right, so the 2 birthday pieces that I'm working on, I work on a piece for my daughter. I am doing Mirabilia Princess Eliana for my daughter. So I work on it on the 17th of every month. because her birthday is May 17th, and that is when I started it. I am doing a conversion. She's got, pull it out. I am using the bag, y'all. I'm using a project bag. This is the bag I won for Winter Cross Stitch Camp. Isn't it pretty? I just thought it went well with it. Anyway, this is the conversion that I'm doing right here. This was done, this can be found on the Mirabilia Nora Corbett conversion Facebook page. And so this is what I'm doing. And this is what I got done. Not a whole lot, because like I said, we were sick. And so I'm going to try to find, there, I put the pin at the top so I'll know where I'm at. And this is it. Not a whole lot from last week. So basically what I did was I was able to, I finished all the little bits that I had not done, and I started this little part right here. And that's it. I told my daughter it was going to take 4 years. So right now I'm working on it on the 17th of every month because of her birthday, but next year it will go either into regular rotation or into my whip go board. I haven't decided yet. So I do have all the beads. I have everything I need for it. And so it's all ready to go. I am enjoying it. I'm enjoying stitching. I didn't think I'd enjoy stitching Fancy Ladies, and here I'm doing 2 of them. So I do have to say that when I'm doing a large piece on even weave, I'm fine, especially a piece like the Mirabilia or the lavender lace, where it's not like a sampler where you have one little emblem you're working on and then you can move off, and if you have a counting error, it's really no big deal. I have to use a hoop, and I've been using a spring tension hoop, the little, when you squeeze, because it's easier for me to move around and adjust. But I'm finding that when I work on a piece like a Mirabilia or the lavender lace, I have to use a hoop, which I stitch in hand, so it really took me a while to adjust, but I can see the holes better, and so I do better at counting. So that's what I've been doing. So you'll see some hoop marks, especially like I said on the larger pieces. I have to do that. Okay. The next one I'm doing, I do on the 19th of every month because it is my mom's birthday, and this piece just reminds me so much of her. It's called Cherish. It's by Stony Creek. And this is what I got done. And I got a good bit done. Take my little pin off. I got a real good bit done. So I filled in the little, I made the little flower. Well, not all the way, but I filled in all this area. I got all the blue done. And I had a little piece of green left, so I went and started the little leaves up at the top. So that's what I have. So this will get put away until the 19th of July when I'll work on it again. And basically I'm just picking a color and I work it until I either run out of floss or I run out of stitches. So this is all done in the DMC. This is a 28 count. I think this is mushroom. I'm not sure. I think this is what I'm using for Christmas garden. This is actually pearl cotton, which was gives it a nice little dimension. And that's it. So that's what I got stitched in the past 2 weeks, or these things. I do have some plans. And let me see, I'm reading my notes, y'all. I actually wrote notes so I don't forget anything. Okay. My plans for this week is to finish the XYZ block. And like I was saying earlier, it's got 3 elements. And so I need to choose colors for those. I do have the fabric that I'm going to use for it. I dyed it the same time that I dyed the whale block. And so I'm going to use that. It's the same blue, but I didn't let it sit as long. So I think it's lighter. So I'll be doing that. And then I'm going to be but working on my whip go, because Blue Moon Angel was called twice. And so my whip go goals are to do 2 days a week. 4 times. Once a week, I need to pull it out. But because it was pulled out twice, I have to do 2 days a week. So that's why Blooming Angel is getting 2 days every week. So I have to finish that. Now, July plans. There's Christmas in July, Jolly July, depends on who you follow. My plans are to finish my JBW, so I will have JBW July. I started those in May. I did not get them all done, which I kind of figured I wouldn't get them all done, but I didn't get them all done. So in July, I am going to try to finish those. I am also going to pick up my Prairie Schooler Santas and try to stick that back on Sundays like I had been doing. And then the Blackbird stockings that I was working on, I am going to try to finish those because I was doing in the morning, after my devotions, I would do one red thread in the stocking, and I was getting them done, and I just kind of stopped. They got moved and they didn't get put back, and I never did it. So I'm going to try to finish those. So I have those by my stitchy chair ready to go. Prairie Schooler Santas, I would do that in our room on Sundays because that's where I watch my FlossTube on Sundays. And so I'm going to do that. And so that is my goal, is to pick those things back up again and hopefully finish at least my JBW ornaments. Maybe one Prairie Schooler and one stocking would be nice. So those are my July plans. Now, since I'm finishing my Erica Michaels stock ABC blocks, I was trying to think of something that I wanted to do. And I had this pattern. I got it at the Creative Reuse store. It's a Cross Stitch and Country Craft magazine from July of 1987. And I had to laugh because that is my first summer out of high school. I graduated in 87, so I was like, ooh, this is an old piece. So it is called, hold on, I'm going to go to it. It's called Gathering Honey. It is by... didn't have the name, but anyway, this is it right here. Gathering Honey. I am going to be starting this on August 20th. And August 20th, why? That is National Honeybee Day. So I wanted to start this, and so I thought, what is there a National Honeybee Day? So I Googled it, and there is. So this year, August 20th is National Honeybee Day, and I am going to be starting this piece. Now, you can still get this piece. You can still get this chart on 123 Stitch. You can get it as a download, I believe Cooler Design Studios, not sure, but 123 Stitch has the paper pattern. And so I will be doing this. Let me see. It calls for 26 count golden flax linen. I will probably use a 28 count even weave that I'm going to just barely put some tan dye in it, and I'll just do it. So this is, I'm trying to get out the glare. So this is what I'm doing. Gathering Honey is my piece that I'm going to do starting August 20th. I already have it written in my calendar. So if you want to join me, you can, like I said, you can get this on 123 Stitch, and I think Cooler Design Studios, you can download it. Don't quote me there, but I will try to link it for 123 Stitch. So this will be a piece. Merritt Crawford had done it. She inherited, not inherited, but somebody gave her a partially finished piece, and she finished it. And then when I first started watching FlossTube, there was a lady that I watched, and I wish I could remember who she was. I watched several of her videos, and I don't know if I didn't subscribe to her or what. But she had actually found this magazine at a lady's house that was selling getting rid of a bunch of cross-stitch magazines. And so I am going to start it. I love the piece. I love the scriptures. It says, pleasant words are like a honeycomb, sweetness to the soul and health to the body. And that is Proverbs 14:24. So I love that it has the scripture on it. And it's just a pretty piece. I really like it. So August 20th, National Honeybee Day, I will be starting this piece. So if you want to join me, there you go. I'll try to think of a hashtag if anybody wants to join me in stitching this. So that is all I have for you guys today. Those are my plans for the summer. we have a busy summer. My husband and I are cleaning out my mom's storage. We have one left. She had a couple. One left. These are the things that were in her house. So these are the things I've been putting off. And so lots of creative memories. If anybody wants creative memories, let me know. I have a ton of it. Anyway, all of her creative memory stuff. She sold creative memories. Can't seem to get rid of it. I'll be listing it on eBay hopefully soon. And then we have that to clean out. And then hopefully get my garage cleaned out. We kind of moved some things around when my son moved back. And so we have to clean out my garage. And so we've been doing that. But I've been getting a lot of stitching done at night, which is nice. It's been good to have it, you know, just the quiet of the evening. My husband doesn't go to bed as early because he didn't have to get up as early because school's out. So we stay up a little bit later so I can stitch a little bit more at night. And so anyway, so we're all over COVID. We're COVID free, which is nice because we had to cancel my son's birthday party. But we got that done, and we got it done the day before Father's Day. And then we got together with the kids on Father's Day. And so, anyway, so that's all we have. That's all I have for you today. I will see you guys next week, Lord willing. Y'all have a wonderful week and happy stitching. Bye-bye.